Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be something totally unexpected. It all started one Saturday morning when I was just sipping my coffee and scrolling through my phone. I got a call from my nephew, and I knew something exciting was brewing because he's always up to something adventurous. "Hey uncle, how's it going?" he says, full of energy. And before I even had a chance to ask him what's up, he blurts out, "I've been riding horses for a few weeks now, and I want you to join me for a training session today." Now, I've never really been around horses before, apart from the occasional fair or petting zoo when I was younger, but he sounded so excited, I couldn't say no. I thought, well, this could be fun. Little did I know, it was going to be way more than just fun. So, after a quick wardrobe change and a little nervous excitement on my end, I got in my car and headed to the farm. The drive was scenic, with rolling hills and the occasional horse grazing by the side of the road. Honestly, the closer I got, the more nervous I became. I had visions of me falling off a horse in front of my nephew, looking like a total fool, but I pushed those thoughts aside. I was determined to make this an adventure, not just for me, but for my nephew too. Plus, I'm pretty sure he had some high expectations for how cool this was going to be. So, no pressure, right? When I finally pulled up to the farm, my nephew was already waiting by the stables, grinning from ear to ear. He was wearing his riding boots and a cowboy hat, which I will admit made him look like a pro. There were a few horses in the paddock, some grazing peacefully, others trotting around. My heart skipped a beat as I saw one horse that stood out, a big, majestic, chestnut-colored stallion with a white blaze down its face. "That's Buddy," my nephew said, pointing to the horse. "He's the one you're going to train with today." My stomach did a flip. Buddy looked strong, confident, and, to be honest, a little intimidating. "Are you sure?" I asked, half joking. "He looks like he could eat me for lunch." But my nephew assured me that Buddy was gentle and had been trained for years. My nephew led me to the stables where Buddy was resting, and I could see the horse up close for the first time. He was even more majestic in person, tall, muscular, with shiny chestnut fur that seemed to glow in the sunlight. I was in awe. My nephew handed me a brush and instructed me to start brushing Buddy's coat gently. "It's important to bond with the horse before you start any training," he explained. "It's all about trust." At first, I was a little hesitant, unsure of how to approach Buddy, but as I ran the brush along his coat, I started to feel a sense of calm wash over me. Buddy was so gentle, even leaning into the brush as if he was enjoying it. My nephew's confidence in handling him was contagious, and slowly I began to relax. Now, the training part. I honestly wasn't sure what I was getting into, but my nephew was all business. He started by demonstrating how to lead the horse. He showed me the proper way to hold the lead rope, not too tight, not too loose, and how to communicate with the horse using subtle cues. "Horses are really intuitive," he said. "They can sense your energy. If you're nervous, they'll pick up on that." My heart was pounding as I tried to stay calm and confident. But the reality was, I was a little terrified. I took the lead rope, and as I tried to walk Buddy, I felt every muscle in his large body move beneath me. It was like having a giant, living being respond to every little shift in my body. Buddy, however, was incredibly patient, allowing me to find my footing. There were a few stumbles at first. I accidentally stepped on the lead rope a couple of times, but my nephew was there to guide me through it. And then, the moment I had been dreading, mounting the horse. My nephew assured me it was no big deal, but I was skeptical. I had visions of me falling flat on my face, or worse, making Buddy do a somersault. But somehow, with my nephew's help, I managed to get onto Buddy's back. The height was unbelievable. I felt like I was on top of the world. The horse stood still for a moment, letting me get used to the sensation of being on top of him. It was a weird feeling, a mix of exhilaration and complete awe. The air felt crisper, and everything seemed to slow down as I sat there on Buddy's back, trying to take it all in. Once I was comfortable, my nephew led me through the basics of riding. It wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. There were commands I had to learn. Walk on, trot, whoa, and I had to make sure my posture was right, my legs in the right position, and that I wasn't holding on to the reins too tightly. At first, Buddy walked slowly, almost like he was giving me a little time to get used to it. But as we moved into a trot, things got a bit bumpier. I had to really hold on tight, but Buddy was steady, guiding me through each motion. At one point, I felt like I was floating in rhythm with him. Everything else around me disappeared. It was just me, my nephew, and this incredible animal. It was honestly a bonding moment, not just with Buddy, but with my nephew as well. But of course, nothing ever goes perfectly. After a while, we moved into a small arena where my nephew challenged me to ride Buddy through some more advanced maneuvers. Now, Buddy was a seasoned pro, but I was still trying to figure out which way was up. I had a couple of awkward moments where I nearly lost my balance, and at one point, I almost fell off completely. But my nephew was right there, helping me adjust my posture and encouraging me. "You've got this," he kept saying. And I did. Slowly but surely, I started to get the hang of it. The feeling of control, the rhythm of the ride, it all started to come together. The best part, though, was when my nephew suggested we take Buddy out for a trail ride through the woods. It was breathtaking. As we trotted along the forest path, the trees seemed to open up to endless fields. Buddy moved so gracefully, almost as if he was gliding over the earth. I started to understand what my nephew loved so much about riding. It wasn't just about the horse, it was about the connection, the partnership. I was no longer just riding Buddy, I was working with him. We were a team, and for a moment, everything else in the world faded away. So, what started as a nervous and uncertain invitation turned into one of the most incredible experiences of my life. I had no idea that training with a horse could be so transformative. It was challenging, yes, but also deeply rewarding. I learned so much about trust, patience, and the bond between humans and animals. And the best part? I got to experience it with my amazing nephew, who taught me not just how to ride a horse, but how to face challenges with confidence and a positive attitude. Thank you all so much for watching this adventure. I hope you enjoyed coming along on this journey with me. If you've ever trained with a horse or have a similar story, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you want to see more crazy adventures like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay adventurous, and remember, the next great adventure could be just a phone call away.